morning, Quadcopter 101 here, and today's shout out goes to F.E. Bryson Casey, who was first to say first in one of my recent videos and thus wins this shout out, so congratulations. Good morning, Quadcopter 101 here, and I have another review for you today. This is the ZLRC SG901. So what is the SG901? Well, as you can see here, it is another folding drone. Lots of these folding drones coming out. But this is a toy grade folding drone. This is very inexpensive, folks, compared to other folding drones that you may see out there, such as brushless folding drones. But keep in mind that with that this lower cost of this is also a beginner's learn to fly drone, okay? Don't expect to use this as a professional camera drone. It is not, okay, you know, especially in the price range that this one is. But the SG901, they advertise that it records from its camera in 4K photo and 2K video resolution. Now, don't expect that to be true either. It will record in 2K resolution to your phone, okay, but that video is interpolated. What that means is that video is likely stretched from a much lower resolution sensor, probably 720p, 1080p, stretched to 2K resolution, and then using the app on your phone, and then saved onto your phone at that increased resolution. That does not improve the video any. It's still going to look the same as the original sensor, except it's going to be larger file size, larger. It'll say, you know, they have the resolution of 2K, but it'll be larger file size, but it'll still look like the original. All it's done is the software on the in your phone, the app for this, which is the HFun app, will enlarge it electronically for storage on your phone. It's a false way, actually, of claiming 4K, 2K. But, again, this is just a toy drone, okay? And you're not going to see a true 2K sensor or a 4K sensor on a drone at this price range. In fact, the camera would probably cost more than the drone itself, if that was true. So keep that in mind, folks. Okay, what else do you get with this? It is again, a camera drone that transmits via this video and phones via 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi to your phone, where it is recorded to your phone. What that means is 2.4 gigahertz, this drone will work with just about everybody's phone. Okay, this is not a 5G flyer or an 802.11 AC Wi-Fi. This is old-fashioned Wi-Fi, and that should work with most phones, so you don't have to worry about that. But with that in mind, don't expect great range from this drone in terms of FPV, since 2.4 gigahertz happens to be the same frequency this transmitter is operating on. So they are going to interfere with each other a bit, reducing the effective range, both of the control range of the controller and the FPV range that you're going to be able to see video from this. I'm expecting to see video range about 70 to 80 meters maximum. Control range, I'm expecting to see about 100 meters maximum. Okay, so we talked about the range. Let's talk about other things on this drone. Here's its camera. Its camera lens can be swiveled up or down manually with your finger, like so. Okay, there is no remote control option to adjust the camera lens, but you can do it yourself by just manually raising it or lowering it before taking off. Now, this is powered by a 3.7 volt. This is its battery. 3.7 volt, 2200 milliamp hour battery, which is charged, 3.7 volt, 2200 milliamp hour. It is charged through a micro USB port in the back here, using a regular micro USB cable such as used to charge your phone. You can actually use your phone charger if you got one with this type of connector. Now, the downside of that is this 2200 milliamp hour battery takes a long time to charge. So it is quite a big battery for this drone. It's supposed to give it, I believe, 16 minutes of flight time, 18 minutes of flight time, which is pretty good flight time for a toy drone. But with that in mind, it's going to take a while to get that full charge, okay? I expect about 2 to 3, 4, maybe even 4 hours, depending on the charger that you use. I recommend using a wall charger that's at least 2 amps, 2 amp wall charger to reduce that charging time. If you try to charge this in the computer port of your USB port of your computer, expect a long charge time, because those are usually about 500 milliamps coming out of the USB ports on computers, and expect maybe even 8 hours to charge this. So I recommend using a wall charger is what I'm saying, folks. Other things about this drone: it has an optical flow sensor. Okay, this enables the drone to hover in place without any input from the controller, by looking down at the ground and maintaining its position by looking down at the ground. It's like a poor man's GPS, in effect. However, it doesn't have a true return to home and landing capability like a GPS drone, so don't expect it to be able to do that. Even though it has one key return, which I'll talk about shortly, that is not a true return to home. It also has very bright LED on the front to help you with, let me fire it up, to help you with maintaining orientation visually, using its light on the front there. And finally, the other thing I want to mention about this drone is that even though it has a 2K and 4K camera, there is no micro SD card slot on this. No ability to record directly to a micro SD in effect. You are going to be able to record only to your phone using the HFun app via the video that's transmitted to your phone over Wi-Fi. As such, expect to see frame dropping and lag and drop frames or frozen frames. All the things that you normally see in Wi-Fi video. Wi-Fi is not the best way to transmit video is what I'm trying to say, folks. But again, it is a toy drone. Do not expect to see cinematic perfection with this particular drone. You're not going to see it in this price range. Let's go over other things you get in this in the box. You get a full set of prop guards. Now, only install these if you intend to fly indoors. Don't install these for outdoor flight. They do degrade flight performance. Is one reason you don't want to put these on if you can avoid it. The other reason is these act like Christmas tree ornament hooks. So if your drone crashes into a tree, high up in a tree, it might be there for quite some time if you put these on while flying outdoors. So do not put these on outdoors. These are really only intended for indoor flying. Okay, you also get a full spare set of propellers. You get a charging cable to use with your own charger, wall charger, and you get a screwdriver for changing those propellers. And you get a instruction manual and a instruction manual for the drone and a manual for using the HFun app, which we'll go over when we go out flying here. I'll describe how to use it. And you also get the controller. And the controller is well labeled with the buttons. This is rates, for adjusting the rates. This is one key return, folks. Now again, this is not a true return to home. All this does is when you press that button, the drone will fly in the opposite direction that it was pointed when it was taking off. That means if you keep the drone pointed down that direction throughout its flight, then yeah, it'll come back in your general direction when you press this button. But if it's anywhere else, it's probably going to fly away from you. So this is really not a good idea to depend on that, folks. These buttons here is for starting and stopping video. This one here is for taking a photo. This is your on-off button, and you can see the LCD screen down here, I think, if I can adjust it so it doesn't blur out. But we got reception. Is that true reception power? I don't think so. I'm not sure what these four bars is because we're not connected to the drone. But it tells you we're in mode 1, I believe. And pressing this button here, the rate button, should change. Well, we're not connected, so it's not working. But the 50% down here tells you what rate you're in and how fast the drone can actually go. And the transmitter battery power is shown here. So that's the transmitter. I forgot to mention on the back here. These are the adjustments for putting your phone. You put your phone in here, and here's the antenna, although I think this uses fake antennas. I think these are not real antennas, folks, so don't depend on these. The real antenna is installed inside the controller. And finally, on the back here, there's 2 more buttons. This is for headless mode, and this is for takeoff. You press this for automatic takeoff and landing, and I'll demonstrate that in the field too. Now, I mentioned this comes with using the HFun app. The HFun app will give you the ability to record video and ability also to view real-time video on your phone while it's flying. It also has possibility of follow me, gesture control, and waypoints. I'll demonstrate those in the field. But the follow me is an optical follow me, okay, where it's looking at you and using optics to guide itself toward you. But it's using your phone's processor, using Wi-Fi to guide it. Now, if you either have poor Wi-Fi or if you have a poor processor on your phone, that's not going to work very well. I'm going to try it with, I got a newer phone today that I'm going to try. My older phone never worked very well with optical follow me, but we'll see if this newer one with a better processor will. And if it doesn't, then keep that in mind that it's it's not a good idea to depend on follow me either with these toy grade drones. And finally, before we go out flying, I forgot to mention that this comes with a very nice carrying case, okay, for your putting your drone. And it's optional feature, maybe extra batteries throw up here. Also has space for extra batteries right here. And the drone goes here and your controller goes there. So really nice carrying case. I'll give you that for the price you're getting this. So let's take the ZLRC SG901 out into the field and see how it flies. So hope you enjoy this flight. Good morning, Quadcopter 101 here, and we are out at one of my favorite flying fields. Actually, this field I use mainly for the toy grade drones. It's a great place to fly the toy grades and small airplanes too. Come here. But we're ready to go here. To set this up, you first need to open up the arms on this, and you want to open up the back arms first, the ones that have these sticks on the front of it, or actually these, I guess these are the front arms first. Bring them out like so, and then open up the back arms like so. And to connect this to your controller, you place it on a flat level surface and hold down this button for about 3 seconds. That turns on the drone. And then you turn on the controller like so and move the left stick up and down to bind it to the drone. Now before you take off, you always should do a not a compass calibration, a gyro calibration with it on a flat level surface by bringing both sticks down and out like so for about 1 second, and that will calibrate the gyros. Okay, we are almost ready to go. I'm going to need to connect the drone to the Wi-Fi of my phone here, and then we should be good to go. So hold on folks while I do that. Okay, this is the HFun app, available on Google Play and iTunes, and also available via the Chinese site pgyair.com. I recommend using the Chinese website to download this app. I used the Google Play version, and it was corrupted. It did not work with this drone. It would cause my phone to crash. But the Chinese version seemed to work fine. So keep that in mind, folks. Download it from the Chinese website. Now, for this, you are going, notice we up in the upper right corner, we have flight mode and master mode. Select master mode. Flight mode is if you're going to use your phone to fly this. If you're going to fly with a controller, you want to put it in master mode. And then before we hit start, let's go up in the upper left corner, the settings icon, that gear icon, and double check what we have set here. Right now we got English. Video setting is set to 720p recording to your phone. So maybe this is a 720p sensor, but we're going to select 2K since this is supposed to record video in 2K. And right now we got capture setting for 4K photos. We'll leave that as is too, so you can see the 4K photos. Distortion correction I got turned off, okay? I'm not sure what that's for. I'm not going to use it. We're going to turn that off because that'll probably delay, create lag. Okay, I'm going to hit start and enter into the app and make sure that we got video recording. We have video connection, adapting to mobile phone performance, and hitting submit. I'm not sure what that does, folks. Now I want to make sure my camera is raised up all the way, and it is. I don't think we'll see props because I've flown it up already with all the way up, and it didn't show the props, so I want to get maximum view. So to take off this drone, you bring both sticks down. Actually, all we need to do is hit this automatic takeoff button, which is in the back here. Let's see, or before we do that, let's hit record on the video. Start the video recording. Recording has started, and then press that takeoff button. And let's see how well its optical flow sensor works in stabilizing it. It took off, drifted a little bit to the left, and then it stopped itself right there. So that's using its optical flow. I'm showing you that I'm not flying it. It's flying itself, hovering itself. And HFun app has stopped. Hold on, folks. Okay, the app crashed on me. I restarted the app, and it seems to be working now. Let's start the video recording by hitting the app. See if that crashes the app. No, it's running. So let's start the motors again. This time let's do a manual takeoff. Sticks down and out. You know, sticks down to the left, sticks down and in. I guess you have to do manual or automatic takeoff always with this. It doesn't seem to start the motors. So automatic takeoff button. And it's drifting quite a bit to the right here before stopping itself. I got a little bit of a wind to my left, folks. So, okay, the app didn't crash this time. Let's let it sit, see how that optical flow is working. Seems to be working. Let's go up a bit higher. And say, how do you like my shirt today, folks? Okay, now I'm syncing up the camera. I always do this by moving my hands in and out. And I'm noticing a little bit of lag, about 5 seconds of lag. But we are synced up. Now, the first thing I want to do is, let's see what type of range we can get. Or actually, let's see show the camera. Let's go up higher. Going up into the wind a bit. Right about there. Now, these Wi-Fi flyers, 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi flyers to be exact, you don't want to fly these too far away because it just messes up your video. You're going to see video lag and video corruption. So, again, this is a toy drone meant for beginner flyers to learn to fly. And even with that camera pointed all the way up, I'm noticing I'm seeing a lot of ground, folks. So this camera mainly is for pointing at the ground so you can see yourself on the ground like so. So let's bring this back over to board B. We're going to increase the rates too. Okay, this is second rate. Is there a third rate? There's a third rate. And we're going to bring it down. Bring it back down. Flying it back toward me. It is a fast drone in that third rate. I'll give you that. Okay, bringing it back toward me. It's picking up a little bit of a drift. Going up higher. Okay, when I let go of the sticks, it doesn't really stop itself. I'm coming out of this third rate. This third rate is weird. Going back to beginner rate. That third rate was not right. In fact, let's stop this right there. Stop the video too. Throttle down to shut it down. So it had picked up a drift, is what I'm trying to say, folks. It was drifting with the wind. I got a bit of a wind coming from my right here, and there was quite a bit of drift. So, okay, that again, I'm verifying that the camera is pointed up all the way, because the next thing we're going to try here is I'm going to try these features, or actually, we got to take a photo first. So let's go back into the air. Okay, I can't start it that way. I have to take off by pressing the takeoff land button. And it doesn't want to do that. So maybe I need to rebind the controller again. Hold on, folks. Okay, we are reconnected to the controller and connected to the app. Let's hit that automatic takeoff button one more time. Let's see if it drifts. Now, each and every time you connect to this controller, you want to do that binding, or I forgot to mention, bring both sticks down and inboard to calibrate the gyros. Going up, and the next thing I want to do is show the photos. So let's take a photo. And it takes a while to download that photo. Just keep that in mind. This is a 4K photo. Going up higher. We'll take another one. And wait a second, there we go. And one more after, let's let it download the photo. One more. And then it downloads the photo, and there we go. Photo's being downloaded. Now we're in flight mode right now. Now what I want to try next is we're going to go to master mode by pressing the flight mode and submit. And see that blue box? That's for its follow me capability. Let's press that and see what happens. Does it follow me? It turns red, but is it going to follow me? I got a feeling it's not. I think I really need to get this to work, I need to be flying the drone with the phone only, okay? These never seem to work when you're using a controller with this, the optical flow. Let's press it again, start it, see? It just doesn't do it. So these advanced features do not work when you're using the controller, okay? You have to be flying this strictly with the phone. So before we do that though, let's go up one more time, show the camera one more time. I'm going to record video, start the video recorder. Video recorder started. And let's go do a slow flight around the field to show the camera one more time. And I'm noticing a lot of ground. So what I'm going to do, folks, is I'm going to go up higher a bit. Then we're going to fly backwards so you can see. Oh, there we go. Now I'm finally seeing the local area a bit. Let me turn the camera around. slow rotate if I can to show the camera. So that's its camera. We'll go up even a little bit higher. Now, this is recording supposedly in 2K, but again, I got a feeling it's not a real true 2K sensor. We'll find out in post-production, though. That's where you'll see it. I know it'll be recording in you'll get 2K resolution in the file, but you know, you can actually tell the difference between a 2K and a 4K, or a 2K and a 720p sensor. It's pretty obvious when you see it in post-production. So let's bring it down here. And what I'm going to do next, folks, is I am going to land it, and we're going to switch to flying it with the controller only. Okay? Syncing up one more time. Going up a bit. Now, again, we are going to be flying using controller only so that we can demonstrate these advanced rates. They do not work when you're flying with the controller. You can't do things like follow me and the waypoints feature. It just ain't going to work. But there is one thing I can demonstrate real quick. Is headless mode, which we haven't done. So let's press headless mode on the back here, this button here, and pushing forward. Okay, that's the headless mode direction. So pushing forward and doing an up and away using headless mode. Let's bring it back in again, pull it back. That's about the one thing I use headless mode a lot for, is up and aways and coming out of headless mode. And since we do know that's the headless mode direction, let's fly back over there and we'll try the one key return. Going up at a higher rate. Going off in that direction. And this will be the one key return. This only works if you point it down that headless mode direction, which is that way there. Okay, I'm losing signal, I think, a bit. It wants to land. And there's no reason for it to be wanting to land, but this is one key return. One key return, folks, and it keeps on going, so do not depend on that for return home. Say if you're over here, and this is not the headless mode direction down that way, you press that one key return, and there it goes, flying away from you. So, flying away, bye-bye. So turn that off, and pushing forward on headless mode, and turning headless mode off now. We don't need that. So let's switch to using, we're going to switch to using, oh, it's still in headless mode. There we go, out of headless mode. Let's switch to using the phone to control it and see how that works out. So, hold on, folks. I'm going to land it. We'll put it back on the pad, and we'll switch to the phone. So, okay, I have it connected to the phone. But before we fly, let's go back out and hit. I'm going to hit that calibrate button before we fly. You always should do this with this particular drone, or else it will drift when you take off. So, hitting calibrate. Calibrating the drone. Calibrating finished. I'm double checking my settings again. We want to be in rocker mode, and 720p. I want 2K and 4K photos. Distortion correction. This time I'm going to turn it on just out of curiosity, see what it does. And then coming out, and then going into flight mode, or actually master mode, flight mode, and then hitting start. Okay, now we are in flight mode. The features available for this should be gesture control, waypoints, and we're also going to see if we can do follow me. I'm going to have to switch to master mode to do that. But hitting automatic takeoff and seeing if it'll stop its drift, and it does. Okay, again, I'm flying this with my phone now. Going up higher, getting into the video, hitting record, syncing up the video recording, and right now I'm seeing a huge amount of lag. Sorry, the program is abnormal. And it has stopped, so we're going to have to land it. Close app, and it lands itself when the app is closed. So I am going to turn off that distortion correction. I think that was the issue, so we're going to keep that off this time. Okay, reopen the app, hitting calibrate one more time before we take off. And this time I'm turning off distortion correction. Off. And it's going back to 2K and 4K, because this is supposed to be able to record in 2K and 4K. And then coming out of that, and this time let's hit start. And it is started. Let's hit the recording. And the app keeps crashing on me. I don't know why. Okay, it kept crashing. This time I'm going to go into settings, and we are going to lower this 4K down to 2 megapixel instead of 4K. We're going to leave it in 720p, and we're going to leave distortion correction off and see if that helps us fly this without crashing the app. So hitting start. Okay, and then hitting video recording. And then hitting automatic takeoff and stepping back. Okay, the app has not crashed. So I turned it down to 720p. There's a piece of grass stuck there. So let's go up a bit higher and turn it to the left using the app, the controller on the app. Now, I am going to go from flight mode into master mode. Hit submit. And there I am. Can I actually climb? Can I still have control of this drone? Not really. But let's hit follow me. And hitting that box, trying to turn it red. Actually, let's go back to flight mode so I can go up higher. Right about there. Okay, and then going back into master mode. Submit. Now see the blue box? Let's hit that one time with my finger. See if we can change it to red. And is it following? Nah, does not. Well, let's see. Did it turn? Not really. So, okay, keep in mind this phone has got a better sensor on it, or better processor, and it's still having problems with optical follow me. Optical follow me just rarely works, folks. How about the automatic video? Can I stop the video by going up with my hand? Let's go into flight mode and see if that shows up. Flight mode. No. How about taking a photo? No. Oh, wait a minute. 3, 2. That worked. It took a photo. But the video control is kind of iffy. It seems to be using my hand as a control, but I am not getting. Let's try to take one more photo. So the photo feature does work, but the follow me does not. Let's try with waypoints real quick while we still have battery power. Waypoint feature, and to do this, all we need to do is draw a forward line, and there it goes on its waypoint mission, which is very short. Let's try that again. Pushing forward. And that's about it, folks. So the waypoint feature is kind of iffy too. So with that in mind, you know, these advanced features that it's supposedly have just really are iffy, in my opinion. Okay, there, gesture control, submit. Yeah, let's come out of waypoints. How come waypoints is still on? Let's turn waypoints off. Turn hand control, gesture control is on. Let's get in and see what happens. Does that start? I'm not even showing up. Oh, there we go. There is a lot of lag, folks. A lot of lag building up. Okay. How about going back into this? Submit. I want to try one more time, pressing that blue box, changing it red. I'm going to step back, and will it follow? It followed me for a minute there, and then it lost me. Okay? If I get a little closer, then it does. Okay, follow me is actually working now. It's going away from me. It will come back toward me. It sensed that I was getting closer. Let's land it right there, folks, because I think it might be working. I'm going to try one more thing. What we're going to do, stop the video recording, is I'm going to point the camera down 45 degrees. Okay, about 45 degrees down, and then try that follow me again. Okay, it's not going to see anything except me on the ground with that 45 degrees. So, okay, starting the video camera and automatic takeoff. Okay, and going up, higher, higher. And is the box showing up? Let's go into master mode so it get that box to show up, and then hitting the blue box, changing it red. Okay, I was there for a second, then it lost me again. Trying to change it red again, it doesn't want to change back to red. So I'm going to give up on this follow me, folks. And I'm going to stop the camera. We're going to land and go back into flying it with the controller. Controller seems to be much more effective than flying this with the app. And on top of that, you know, you have better control flying with the app. These advanced features are really iffy on this. The follow me and circle me and all that. They just don't seem to work, to tell you the truth. Don't work properly. But what do you expect for a $50, $60 drone? So, again, it's a toy drone. Not the best toy drone in the world, but a toy drone. So, okay, let me hook it up again, and we'll finish it out flying it with the controller. Okay, you have reconnected it to the controller. We're going to fly it using the controller only, and doing a compass calibration again, not a compass, gyro calibration again by down and out, starting the video camera, and again going from flight mode to master mode to get rid of the rocker images on my screen. And we are recording automatic takeoff. And it's drifted a bit with the wind and eventually stops itself. Again, the wind is coming from my right here. Okay, so let's fly it around, just show the camera. We're going to finish it out just showing the camera, going to a higher rate actually. It's picked up a bit of a drift trying to fight this wind. And going up higher. Let's see here. Let go of the stick, let it drift with the wind for a bit. Let's see how well it holds its position. It is holding its position. It descended a bit there. I'm not sure why. It's kind of muddy out here where I am right now. But let's see here. I'm back in the picture again, syncing up the video camera. So, we are going to see how well this video is actually coming out in post-production, but I got a feeling we're going to have lots of lag and lots of dropped frames. But again, it's to be expected in this price range, folks. This type of drone, the $50, $60 drone, is not going to be top of the line. Okay, it's meant for beginner flyers, a cheap drone for beginner flyers to learn to fly with, to learn the basics. And that's more or less what this is. Okay, I am going to go up to highest rate again. Actually, let's go to lowest rate, and let's see how far we can climb before we actually lose control, before it actually starts to drift with the wind. Again, I got a wind of about 3 to 5 knots behind my back. It's holding its position. I am at about a height of about 10 feet right now, and we're just going to go up a little bit, about 2 feet at a time, before it starts to drift. Still holding its position. Still holding its position up there. We are at about 15 feet up. I'm curious, can I get as high as the whatchamacallits? Here, I'm going to point it toward them. There we go. It starts drifting when I turned it. I'm bringing it down lower so it stops drifting. But bring it back toward me too. I go to a higher rate to get it to come back toward me, because it picks up a drift. It doesn't want to move very much because of that optical flow. Now if I let go of the stick, is it going to stop? Okay, it stopped. Now if I turn and bring it back toward me, what I want to do is point it toward the lights. I want to see the lights. Okay, we are there. And let's go up higher. Again, we're about 15, 20 feet up. Is it holding its position? It's holding its position. I'm going to go under it to make sure it don't lose signal. Going up higher. Again, I still got that wind behind my back. Okay, going up higher. We're about 25 feet up. Almost the height of the lights. Almost. Okay, do I see the lights yet? Not yet. Almost. Those lights, I believe, are 30 feet or so. Okay, we are right about the height of the lights. I'm not going to go any higher because and it's starting to drift. Oh no, it's not drifting yet. There we go, height of the lights. And it's holding its position, folks. Surprisingly, it's holding its position up there, even with the wind at the height of the lights. So I'm coming back down. I'm just coming straight down. I'm not going to move it forward or backward. I'm just reducing throttle. Reducing throttle. Coming straight down. And there we are. And its lights are flashing. Meaning that's the end of its flight time. Let's see if I can get any more flight time. See if I can tweak a little more out of it. Automatic takeoff. Nope. That's it. No more flight. So that's its battery power. And let's stop that video camera while we can. That's a photo. Video. Video stopped. So that is the SG901. Again, a beginner's drone. Buggy features with the app. The app's kind of buggy. I could not get those advanced features to work very well. I did record in 2K and 4K. I did record with distortion correction on or off. I don't know if that's going to make a difference. But again, I expect to see usual Wi-Fi lag and frame dropping. I'm sure that's going to be in there. So again, a beginner's drone at a beginner's price. So hope you enjoyed this flight. This is Quadcopter 101 signing out. Hi, Quadcopter 101 here again. Hey, if you want to get your own shout out in one of my future videos, make sure you subscribe to my channel. It's real simple. Just go to my channel page and click on that subscribe. And also make sure to click that bell button right next to the subscribe button. That way you get notified when I release a brand new video immediately and give you a chance to get that first shout out. So give it a try, folks.